So in terms of last night's game plan, I made it very clear that the level to automatically buy SPY call options at was going to be 562, which was slightly below the exact low of day at the market open. In terms of Team Roar, we ended up going 8 for 8 on the day. If you added up all of the percentage gains combined, you could have made over a 1,000% return taking all 8 of the trades. In terms of G-Roar, he ended up going 6 for 6, trading SPY call options at market open, trading SPY call options later into the day, and trading SPX calls and puts going absolutely flawless, making multiple 100% profit returns, especially during that power hour trading session on SPX. In terms of my own personal trading, I made it very, very clear that I was interested in auto buying calls at the auto buy level of 562. And then in terms of the break and retest level for the strong support zone to be buying call options, once again, it was at 563.50 to 564, which is why when the SPY formed the green, red, green pattern at that break and retest level, after having a massive breakout on the day to 570, I ended up buying SPY call options at the exact lows, back-to-back wins, and selling at the exact peak, going 2 for 2 with a 100% success rate. For those of you who used last night's game plan, you should have had a phenomenal green day, and losing is a personal choice. Now, let's get straight into the new game plan. I'm going to be breaking down the new levels of interest on where we're planning to trade at heading into tomorrow to finish out this week very, very strong within the green. In terms of the end of this video, I'm going to be closing out with the trades that we ended up making. So in terms of the overall situation, this is what I want you to be aware of in terms of the SPY. These are going to be the best levels to be trading at heading into tomorrow. So I want to start off with puts. In terms of puts and going with overbought resistance levels, so if the SPY were to test these levels, I would be extremely interested in buying put options heading into tomorrow, only if there's a strong bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmation. So in terms of the overbought levels, it's going to be, you can say, slightly above the previous day highs. So in terms of the highs on the day, it was at 570.50. So in terms of the lower zone that I have for you, and if you use the lower zone, make sure there's strong bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations. In terms of the overall lower zone, it's going to be the following. It's going to be towards this low 570 overall resistance level. In terms of the next level above that, you can say slightly above the previous day highs. So you can go with the zone of 570.30 to 571. And one of the best levels, if we were to test this heading into tomorrow, would be the following: 572.80 for the breakdown in retest. When it hits this level for the first time at 572.80, it should drop first. That could be an auto buy level for puts. Another auto buy level for puts once it hits is 576 as of now for a gap close reversal, right? Now, in terms of calls, this is what I want you to understand. Right now, we are at the make or break, break and retest level, right? So we ended up closing at 565.50 on the overall SPY. Right now, we are having a small gap down. So in order to maintain overall bullish and to pump back towards the 570, the SPY would really need to hold above that 562. If we're slipping below 562, dropping under, spiking back up, reacting as a resistance, it's going to start to sell off. So if I'm seeing a drop below 572 and a spike to form lower highs, I'm well aware the bears are going to be taking control, and in that situation, I would be targeting call options in terms of the auto buy levels right here. I would be looking for a potential entry towards 560, and the next level below 560 would be this overall 555 to 556 zone, and that's another auto buy zone for calls, right? So in terms of right now, we are at the upper middle of the overall channel. In terms of like break and retest levels, there's a lot of key resistance right here towards this 564 to 565 overall zone. So heading into tomorrow, this is what I want you to understand. The previous closing price is going to be considered make or break. So in terms of the overall support, you can say the support is towards 563.50 to 564. In terms of the overall resistance, you can say the resistance is towards 565. So in terms of the main level that we're currently playing at in terms of this middle zone is going to be the previous closing price. If the previous closing price is having a break above 565.50 and we're maintaining support above 564, then the play is going to be in terms of the middle to ride the call options on the SPY, and it's going to start to spike back to that 567 to 569. So in terms of like that new break and retest level, it's going to be 565 to 565.50. If we are maintaining under the previous closing price, the SPY is going to drop towards the 563.50. If we drop below that, then we go to 562 to 560 to 555 potentially, right? And if we are reacting bearish at the previous closing price, it is really going to attempt to crack 562 and go to that 560. And the auto buy levels for calls are at 560 and 555. Now, in terms of the auto buy levels for calls, obviously that 555 zone would be the best zone to auto buy call options heading into tomorrow if we're reacting bearish at the previous closing price. But in terms of trading zero-day options, if you were to buy calls at 560 and it doesn't work out, you should be able to go green with a 50% win rate buying those calls again if it drops back down to 555, right? So in terms of the overall ladder, heading into tomorrow is going to be very simple. 555, 560, 562, 500 and overall 65 to 565.50. And the main thing that I want you to understand heading into tomorrow is the 565 to 565.50 zone is the make or break level, and we are in the middle. If the zone reacts bearish, you can try a quick scalp on puts, right? So if you're seeing a lot of resistance towards this previous closing price, you're seeing lower highs forming at 563.50, a crack below 563.50, and we're maintaining below 565, you can try overall puts. Understand in terms of the breakdown and retest level, it's going to be at 563.50. If we crack below 563.50, react as a resistance, it's going to sell off to 560. If we hit 565 to 565 and previous closing price is bearish and we're not pushing under, it's going to be bearish, right? And then in terms of calls, the easy money on calls is a break above 565, drop back down, retest, form a floor, break and retest, buy calls after the breakout once it drops back down for the retest with the bullish confirmations at 565, right? And then in terms of oversold levels for calls, 560 if market's reacting bearish, and 555. So that's what you need to understand, man. This is going to be extremely simple. If the previous closing price is forming resistance, we are going to start to react bearish and sell off. In the breakdown and retest level, or if we crack below 563.50, spike back up, form lower highs, and before that at 565 is resistance, you can scalp puts at that level as well. And then in terms of the main game plan for calls right now, what I'm telling you is really the best game plan for overall calls is a break above 565, drop back down, retest, bullish confirmations, bullish floor, buy the call options, ride it back up, right? So I gave you the game plan for puts, gave you the game for calls. What I'm telling you is with this overall middle range, it's just so fucking simple, man. Maintain under 565, crack below 563.50, spike back up to 563.50, form resistance. We're going to start to go bearish. Look for puts in those two situations. That's two potential trades. If you're seeing resistance at previous closing price and it's not breaking above, you could try puts with bearish confirmations. If you're seeing a crack below 563.50 and it spikes back up and form lower highs, you can try puts. It's going to be very, very easy in a sense if there's strong bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations at previous closing price. And also if there's a crack below 563.50 to spike back up to form lower highs, that's two trade ideas. And then in terms of calls, very simple. Break above 565, drop back down, react as 565 support, right? So if you're seeing a break above previous closing price, a strong breakout, and then a drop back down, react to support, buy calls, ride it back up, right? And if that doesn't happen, you know the game plan on puts. And if we're maintaining our previous closing price, you could try to puts. If we're maintaining a crack below breakdown and retest 563.50, you could try to puts, right? In terms of strategies, if we're opening up with a gap down, previous closing price is a gap close reversal, which is at 565.50. So if we're opening up with a gap down and previous closing price reacts bearish and we're not breaking out, try to put to that level for a gap close reversal. If we're maintaining below 565 and throughout the entire day, we're not pushing above the level, look for the breakdown retest. Crack below 563.50, spike back up, form lower highs, buy puts. Now, if we're pushing above 565, you see the breakout, wait for it to drop back down, retest or bullish candlestick 30-minute confirmations at slightly higher levels, 565 to 566, buy the calls in that situation. And then from there, the only other opportunity for calls is going to be 560 to 555. And another auto buy level is going to be the gap right here at 551.50 to 550 zone. It is so simple. All you have to do is determine if we are not breaking above the previous closing price and we are forming resistance heading into tomorrow, buy the puts if the bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations are there, bearish patterns are there. If you see a crack below 563.50, a spike back up to that 563.50 level, you can try to scalp the puts for a breakdown retest. If you see a break above 565 to 565.50, a drop back down to retest that previous resistance, bullish support after a strong breakout, buy the fucking calls. Auto buy levels for calls before that are going to be 560 and 555 and 551.50. If you use this information, you are going to be printing money at the speed of light. It was so clear and simple that the market was going to be an overall bullish trend day heading into today, man. We had the previous resistance at 558. We had the higher support right here towards this 562.50. It was so clear. If you are seeing the SPY hold above 562, which was the auto buy level, this was the level right here. You see the massive, this was the level yesterday. I told you to buy calls. This was the level, this 562 level. This was the breakout. We had a massive move to the upside, overreaction to the downside, retest. It's forming support with a green bullish 30-minute candlestick pattern. It's going green, red, green. It's starting to spike back up. It's maintaining the level of 562.50. And the auto buy level was 562 and it was bouncing and it was oversold. Such an amazing opportunity to be buying call options directly at the open because the level held too long, overreaction to the downside. This is what I'm telling you in terms of trading the market open. That's when I prefer to trade it, when the overreaction happens in the pre-market and it hits that key level for calls and there's bullish confirmations, green, red, green bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmation. It's going to start to explode up like the game plan said to overall 570 if we're holding above 562. And then in terms of the other game plan I gave you, if you see a strong break above the zone, which was this 563.50, remember this level right here? This was the level, this 563.50 to 564 zone, right? If you go back to the overall 1-minute chart, I made it very, very clear in terms of the overall game plan to buy calls at this level right here. If you see a break above this 563.70, this was a break and retest level on the 30-minute and the 1-minute chart. If you see a strong breakout and it drops back down, you can look to buy call options. And in terms of the confirmation was perfect. Markets bottomed at 562, which was the auto buy level I gave you. The low of day was at 562.60. The auto buy level was 562. We're not going to nickel and dime that if it's already bottoming and spiking after this massive overreaction. If it's already going from fucking 562 to 565, we're going to be buying calls directly at the market open. And then if you're seeing the massive breakout and then a drop back down to retest, the retest level was at 563.50 to 563.70, the exact low. Which is why, in terms of my overall trades, these were the only trades that I made, man. Do you see how simple it is that I'm trading? I'm waiting for the perfect game plan, preparing this a day before in advance, right? And my entire secured private organization is well equipped and well aware on what to do when the confirmations are there. We're already prepared a day before in advance, man. But look, these were the trades that I ended up taking. Then I'm going to get into the trades that G-Roar ended up taking on the overall day. But take a look at this, man. These were the trades that I ended up making today. In terms of my own personal trading, this is what I decided to do. Instead of just getting in right away, and G-Roar already called the play as well, this is what I waited to do. I was well aware in terms of the game plan, if there was a break above the break and retest level, which was this level right here, the overall level was right here, 563.50 to 564 zone. If we see a strong breakout, right, just like what happened the day before, and we drop back down to retest, I'm going to be buying call options towards that overall level if there's a bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmation. Now, in terms of the situation, you could see right here, we have this previous resistance at 565, but my level in terms of a day before was that 564 to 563.50 zone, right? So this right here, this is your previous resistance in terms of the next day as well, if you were to update the break and retest strategy. But I always focus on those oversold levels, which can happen the day before as well. But once I noticed that we had an overreaction to the downside from 570 quickly back to the best break and retest level, and we already bombed at 562. I said there's not much time on the shot clock, and I'm well aware that the SPY is going to have a strong bullish closing trend day because that's what the pattern said as long as we're holding above 562. So we held above 562, we spiked to 570, and it drops right back down to my break and retest level. So I'd be more than happy to buy call options at the higher level in this situation, knowing in terms of the daily chart foundation that it's going to try to close strong at the overall highs as long as we are maintaining above 562. But in terms of the confirmation, this was the confirmation, man. Look at this. Green 30-minute candlestick, red 30-minute candlestick, green 30-minute candlestick. Green, red, green, slanted to the downside, overreaction to the upside, overreaction to the downside. It hits the best level to buy calls, and I tell you this all the time. When you see these wicks right here, you see the wick at 566, you see the wicks at 567. If there's a reason to be buying calls, which there was, the break and retest pattern that I gave you the level, and the strategy, I tell you all the time, slanted right side to the downside, green, red, green, right? And when you're seeing reasons to buy calls, break and retest strategy, it's going to try to spike back up towards the high of these wicks, right? So with knowing all of this with my curriculum and the levels that I gave you, I decided to buy call options. I ended up getting in at 2:42 p.m., 565 SPY calls at 69 cents. They had a small drop. Instead of adding to the loser, what I did was I bought another strike very, very quickly. 2:46 p.m., I ended up buying SPY 564 calls at 104 cents. We absolutely crushed it, man. Within minutes, the calls exploded, man. So in terms of the overall entry, when this 30-minute candlestick, right here in terms of the overall 30-minute candlestick, right? So this, as you can see right here, let me zoom in on this here real quick. I want to show you exactly what it is I'm talking about. So in terms of this overall candlestick, this is where it ended up, opening up, and looking at the overall 1-minute chart, it looked like it was going to try to close strong and bullish. And I kind of wanted to auto buy calls in a sense in terms of 563.50 as well. In this situation, not a night before, just because we were so oversold, and I was well aware that the market was going to try to close strong if we're holding up 562, and it just looked very unlikely to drop back down with these wicks waiting to be tested, right? So we had the green, red, green, confirmation to be buying call options. I bought the call options in between this overall candlestick right here. The 1-minute chart was setting up very bullish. I figured it was going to try to close strong, green, and bullish, and I figured we were going to start to spike back up towards this 566 range, right? So that was the reasoning behind the trade. Those are the confirmations, the green, red, green, triple red slanted pattern. These are the same patterns that I keep on telling you every single day that just keep on working at the levels, making losing a personal choice. You think it's by accident that we win? This is over a decade of experience. You know how many multimillionaires inside of Team Roar? You know how massive Team Roar is? There's tens of thousands of companies on WAP.com. We just ranked top 80, and we are also listed on the overall blog post. If you look at the top options trading companies, we are in that overall list as well, right? But in terms of most money made within all the groups of WAP.com, we ranked top 80. In terms of yesterday, we were climbing back on the leaderboard. In terms of our all-time rank, we were sitting in the overall 20s as well. But I mean, with that being said, man, we have a secured private organization with multimillionaires who are printing at the speed of fucking light. They're executing on the trades. They're using the curriculum. They're using the levels, and it prints and it works at the speed of fucking light. Look at the trades. 2:42 p.m. My first and only trades on the day are buying call options at the exact lows. And this was all strategically planned a day before advanced. With with everyone watching me, with all the multimillionaires watching and following in terms of the curriculum that I do and the levels I do, it works nonstop. I give you the best levels, and I give you the best levels a day before an advance. I show up and I alert the trades in real time and walk people through it, and we get results every single fucking day. Losing is a personal choice. People are printing money at the speed of fucking light. Look at these trades. This is where I got in. I got in right here. In terms of 565 calls, you go to 565 calls, this is where I got in. You go right here. So I'm going to show you the overall logs in terms of our real-time trades. 2:42 p.m., 565 calls. So you go to 2:42 p.m., 565 calls. This is where I got in. It had a small drop. Instead of adding to the drop, I bought another strike at the exact lows. I'm in right here, and this is where I'm selling. You want to see where I'm selling? This is where I'm exiting my position. 156 cents. 156 cents. That was 564 calls. In terms of 565 calls, sold at 95 cents. Right? So in terms of that trade, I got out at the exact peak. Look at this, 2:51 p.m. I'm in right here, and then this is 2:51 p.m. I'm selling at the exact peak, and I told everyone to leave runners. In terms of the overall runners, I ended up selling my runners at the exact peak. Exited runners right here at 2:54 p.m., left like 20% to run. This is 2:54 p.m. Sold the exact peak, bought the near bottom, which was right here. And then as it was dropping against me, instead of adding to the loser, I bought a second strike. And the second strike was at the exact low, right? So in terms of the next trade that I ended up making, these were made nearly at the same time. 564 calls. You could see 4 minutes later, I bought 564 calls instead of adding to the losers because we prefer to rarely add to the losers. We add to winners. So I bought another strike because I'm well aware the overall trend was bullish, right? 564 calls, 104 cents. You're going to see right here, 2:46 p.m. 2:46 p.m., the exact low. My second strike, I bought the exact low. And then I sold at 2:51 p.m. at 156 cents. And then I sold the runners 2:54 p.m. in the 200-cent range. That's 100% return. 100% return on 564 calls. And then in terms of 565 calls, 69 cents all the way to 95 cents right here, and then selling the runners in the 140s. That is back-to-back 100% profit returns using my game plan, using the green, red, green pattern, using the break and retest strategy. Now, in terms of GROAR, look at what GROAR did. So that's what I did. I gave the whole game plan a day before. I taught you the curriculum. The curriculum ended up forming. The bullish confirmations were there. Losing was a personal choice. I gave you the level to auto buy calls at 562. If you trade fucking futures, you could have bought at 562 during the pre-market, right? But you want to see what GROAR did? Look at what GROAR did. GROAR is a multimillionaire trader with a decade of experience. We both have over a decade of experience, right? Now, in terms of what he did, he ended up going 6 for 6. Look at this. Look at his morning trades. 9:34 a.m. What was the game plan? To buy fucking calls. Where were we going to buy calls? 562 and 563.50 to 564. Wow, both of the levels worked. Once again, if you're fucking red, I just don't understand how anyone can genuinely be red if they use the levels and they use the confirmations and they use the fucking curriculum, man. On Monday, we had 2 trades on SPX puts where we made multiple 1,000% profit returns on each fucking trade. Here we are again, 8 for fucking 8, killing it every single fucking day, green every single fucking day. Losing is a personal choice. So, you want to see what fucking winning looks like? I'm going to show you. You want to see what 8 for 8 looks like? You want to see what unlimited fucking winning, unlimited fucking printing looks like? You want to see what multi-millionaire experience fucking looks like? I'm going to fucking show you. So, I explained to you in terms of what it is that all I did. Now look at what GROAR did. You want to see what GROAR did? Take a look. 9:34 a.m. This is what GROAR ended up doing. Market open calls. 570 SPY calls. What did I tell you we do? We trade the trend. We trade the trend every single fucking day. 8 for 8. 100% success rate, 0-day farther money option contracts, multi-millionaires print at the speed of fucking light. Yeah, this is a trading style where we win non-stop. Losing and going red is a personal choice. So, 570 calls, 9:34 a.m. You want to see what we did the market open? I'm going to show you. This is what we did the market open. We bought these 570 calls at the exact fucking lows, 9:34 a.m. You go to 500 and let me walk you through this. 570 SPY calls right here. We're going to go to 570 SPY calls. We're going to go to 9:34 a.m. Wow, GROAR ended up buying these SPY calls at the market open at the exact lows. And then during power hour, I ended up buying SPY calls at the exact fucking lows. Wow, it's like we're both connected in that fucking sense on exactly what it is to fucking do. Look at this, man. This is where we bought the calls. Right fucking here, 9:34 a.m. SPY is sitting at the fucking lows, 49 cents. What did I tell you we do? We add to winners. Add, double the position size, adding to the winners, adding to the winners. Wow, as soon as we fucking add, it starts to fucking rocket like fucking crazy. Interesting how that works. And then you could see right here, in terms of the overall trade, right? Ended up selling that trade right here, man. Fucking phenomenal. Ended up selling at 100 cents a contract. This is where we got in. This is where we added. This is where we ended up exiting. What was the game plan? Auto buy fucking calls at 562. Are we going to close strong and bullish? As long as we're holding above 562. If we have a break above 560 and drop back down to retest the break and retest level at 563.50, 564, what are we doing? We're buying fucking calls. Wow. Everything I'm fucking saying just keeps on fucking repeating non-fucking stop. And I'm saying it a day before the fucking market opens, right? So that's one massive fucking win. 100% return at the speed of fucking light within minutes is green enough to walk away and call for the day, right? So in terms of the overall system, if you choose to keep on trading, the most you risk is 25 to 50%. Not that you have to keep on trading, but if you kept on trading, in terms of today, you could have went 8 for 8 with over a 1,000% gain on your overall trade, right? So that means if you put $1,000 into each trade, you could have potentially made over $10,000, risking $1,000 max on each overall trade. So that's the first massive fucking win. As you can see, the calls fucking exploded. They went from 50 cents all the way to 210 cents at the speed of fucking light. Could have made a 300% profit return like it was fucking nothing. And the winning is just getting started. As you can see right here, 572 SPY calls, 50 cents a contract, 10:16 a.m. What did I tell you we do? We trade the fucking trend. Oh yeah, we trade the fucking trend. We're in calls again, right? Didn't I tell you it was going to be a strong bullish overall day yesterday? If you hold above 562, everything I'm fucking saying works and repeats at the speed of fucking light. And we learned everything it is that we're doing in real fucking time. So in terms of this trade, you're going to see right here, this is where we ended up getting calls, 10:16 a.m. towards the exact fucking lows. As you can see, right, we're in right here. Where did we end up exiting this trade? Well, let's see. We ended up exiting at 10:49 a.m. So we're in right here. Where's 10:49 a.m.? Oh shit, 10:49 a.m., the exact fucking peak. Would you look at that? Back-to-back wins on calls, buying at the exact fucking lows, selling at the exact fucking peak. Who ended up doing that during Power Hour? I did. Who ended up doing this during fucking Market Open? G-Roar did. Wow, it's like fucking connected together, man. So, sold the exact fucking peak for 100% profit return. That is 2 back-to-back 100% profit returns, just like I did during the Power Hour trading session. G-Roar fucking crushes it at the Market Open session all the fucking time, man. I crushed it during the Power Hour trading session. But look at this, man. You want to see the fucking beast fucking unleash? He went 6 for 6, man. This is fucking amazing, man. Nobody is printing like us at the speed of fucking light. You cannot name a better zero-date options trading alert company who gives you the best game plans a day before the market advance, who gives you the best curriculum to use at the overall levels, who allows you to be self-sufficient, and who has the best trades in the market with the highest fucking win rate trading zero-date option contracts. Look at the fucking results. What did I tell you we do during Power Hour? During Power Hour, we trade SPX. Look at what we're doing on SPX. 3:40 p.m., 5,670 SPX calls for 150 cents. I told you we're going to close strong as well. So you go 5,670 calls right here, and then you go to 3:40 p.m. You want to see where we bought these SPX calls? Look at this. We bought these SPX calls at the exact fucking low. This is 3:40 p.m. right here. And the calls go from 130 all the fucking way to 500 a contract at the speed of fucking light with no fucking pullback because we bought the exact fucking lows. Wow, it's interesting how this keeps on fucking working. And then you can see right here, 3:41 p.m. We ended up buying, a minute later, another fucking strike. This is fucking crazy, man. My 2 trades, I ended up buying calls at the exact fucking low. His 2 trades during the fucking power, he buys towards exact low, 2 fucking strikes. And then the 2 trades before that, he buys towards exact fucking lows. Who do you know is showing you this? Who do you know is giving you the opportunity to make money every single day? Who do you know is giving you the opportunity to become self-sufficient and make money on your fucking own? I'm just showing you, man. People could use my levels. They can make money using the curriculum. They can become self-sufficient. They can become fucking green. But in terms of getting to this fucking level, this is over a fucking decade. If you want to see in terms of the people who create the fucking levels, create the fucking game plans, trade and win in real fucking time and create the systems, this is what we fucking do with our curriculum and our fucking game plans. I'm showing you, we're the best to ever fucking do this. You think other people who trade my levels and curriculum are doing it this well? Absolutely fucking not. They don't have the experience and they didn't create the levels and they didn't create the overall curriculum. I'm not saying that they can't get there. It's possible, but it takes fucking decade plus a fucking experience. So 5,675 SPX calls for 105 cents at 2:41 p.m. Right? A minute after we bought those calls that I just showed you, take a look. Exact fucking lows. Here we go again. 3:41 p.m. Trade before that was 3:40 p.m. These contracts ended up going from 95 cents to fucking 260. Oh, 250% profit return. Right? So I think we've easily exceeded over 1,000%. Now take a look at this. Look at all the fucking winning, man. Look at all this fucking print and all this fucking winning. Take a look at these trades. 3:51 p.m., trading both ways. Who do you know is trading this much, trading both ways, SPY and SPX, winning this much, winning consistent? Name another trader, name another company who's doing this. Let me know. Let me fucking know. $20,000 wired to your fucking account. Who is doing this? Who is the fucking best to trade zero-day options? You let me know, because I'm telling you, man, nobody's fucking printing like us at the speed of fucking light. So, 5,655 SPX puts for 95 cents a contract at 3:51 p.m. You go to 5,655 SPX puts right here. This is where we ended up getting in. 50 cents to 110 cents is the low. 2 minutes later, it spikes to 155. Set profit stops. When you were up above 15%, you would have been stopped out for overall profit. That is another win. Now, massive improvement, massive fucking improvement on this last trade. Let's buy 5,655 SPX puts for 135 cents a contract at 3:56 p.m. Take a look at this final trade. This is where we got in. We got in at the exact lows. 3:56 p.m., we are in at the exact lows. 75 cents to 176 cents is this overall 1 minute candle. It ended up spiking 3 minutes later at 490 cents. The contracts closed deep in the money and it ended up closing at 340 cents. Who do you know is winning this much, this consistent, every single fucking day? Secured private organization, backed by multimillionaires, one of the largest trading zero-day option companies in the fucking world that gives you the best trades where you can consistently win and make fucking money. Do you understand? Nobody is creating the best game plans a day before the market opens, allowing you to be self-sufficient and teaching the curriculum to use at the overall levels. Nobody is trading the way that we fucking trade. Winning this much and winning this big and winning this consistent, going 8 for 8, trading zero-day options, backed by multimillionaires, backed by a secured private organization, one of the largest options trading communities on the fucking planet. We are printing nonstop, ranked under 100 in terms of the most money made on WAP.com out of tens of thousands of companies, and we are ranked also in the top option trading companies on WAP.com. Who fucking prints like us? Absolutely fucking nobody is doing what it is that we fucking do. I give you the game plan. I teach you the curriculum. I show up. I use the curriculum at the fucking levels, and we print non-fucking stop. And we have many multimillionaires, and we have many traders who've been with us for multiple years inside of our secured private organization who are printing money at the speed of light. We have many members who are making over $500 a day. We have some members who are making tens of thousands of dollars a month. We have some members who are making over 6 figures a month, like G-Roar. So with that being said, man, we are absolutely fucking printing. We are absolutely fucking crushing it. As you can see, the results speak for themselves, man. Look at this. SPX YOLO on my overall Robin account. Took the trade with G-Roar. Absolutely fucking crushed it. A straight line up. SPY and SPX and SPX calls, SPX puts. Both contribute to that overall line, right? And then he ended up taking my overall trade on the 565 calls, making a 112% profit return, $500 profit. All we do is fucking win. All we do is fucking print. Look at this. We have a member up over $27,052, a 205% return on his account, right? Fucking killing it, man. Every single fucking day, man. DF back at it again, nearly $2,000 profit. One of our most consistent members, man. Nick has been absolutely fucking crushing it, man. Another $3,000 profit recently. This is the most consistent, secured private organization that prints money at the speed of fucking light. And we give traders the opportunity to become self-sufficient by not only educating them with the curriculum to use, but giving them the best levels to use a day before the stock market opens. We give you the best game plans. We explain to you how to trade both ways, what to look for. We teach you the strategies. We teach you the overall curriculum, and you're more than welcome to try to be self-sufficient if you like. You know, if you don't want to join the program, that's completely fine. But at the end of the day, like I said, the traders who have the most experience, the ones who create the game plans, the ones who create the key levels, the ones who create the curriculum, the ones who create the secured private organization, at the end of the day, they're going to have the best fucking trades. And that's why at the end of the day, what we do inside of Team Roar is trade. And when we trade, we make everyone fucking money. At the end of the day, we have the best fucking trades. So losing is a personal fucking choice. If you want to join our secured private organization, we're going to be printing money at the speed of fucking light. I'll give you one in terms of another stock that I'm looking at, because on Fridays, we're more focused on stocks as well, not just SPY, because a lot of stocks on Friday are going to have their 0-day options expiring. I'll give you a play right here. For those of you who stay to the end, I'll reward you with this. In terms of, META, we are setting up for a potential opportunity to buy calls. This is all I'm going to really say in terms of this one. As long as we are maintaining above the previous day lows, 579.50, it's going to be an opportunity to overall buy call options. In terms of key levels to look for bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, you can look for a break and retest during normal trading hours at 584 to 583. You can also look towards previous day lows. As long as we are holding in between this zone, the support zone is going to be previous day lows. The resistance zone with the break and retest is going to be 584. Break and retest. And if you're seeing later on today, we're holding the zone and then we're breaking above 586.60, another break and retest. It's going to be a strong bullish spike, very, very likely based off the daily chart pattern. We're going to be targeting call options on META as long as we're holding above previous day lows. And then I'm going to be looking for break and retest level at 563.50 to react to support like it did during extended hours. Then I'm going to be looking for 586.50 break and retest levels during extended hours to react to support as well. That's going to be another play where I'm looking to print. Like I said, on Friday, we trade 0-day options on stocks, right? But in terms of our overall system, you need to understand we created a real-time 0-day options trading alert system where you can print money at the speed of fucking light, right? This is backed by multimillionaires, backed by traders of decade experience, backed by curriculum that prints and works that I've created as well. G-Roar, heart of cards, and he just fucking crushes it non-fucking stop. I'm telling you, man, we are fucking crushing it, and we are climbing back on the overall leaderboard, ranking 85 on WAP out of tens of thousands of companies. Like I said, in terms of our top rankings, it was in the overall low 20s, right? But it fluctuates, in terms of people joining, and then some people leave, at times. But in terms of our overall analytics, 90% of our customers, we have a very loyal base in terms of Team Roar. 90% of our customers stay with us because we win and they see the value within the community and they contribute to the overall zero-day options trade alert system. They see the value in this, right? In terms of taking advantage of overall, real-time zero-day options trade alert systems to confirm the trades that they could work for them and to print money at the speed of fucking light, right? And they see that we have the best fucking trades, and a lot of people want to win and they want the best trades. Everybody trades. Some people just do this for a hobby or education. Some people just do this for entertainment. But at the end of the day, we show people we have the best trades in the fucking market, and we have the best curriculum, and we have the best levels within the fucking market, and we create self-sufficient traders, right? We do it all. We just win non-fucking stop. So in terms of Team Roar, if you want to join us, it's the first link down below in the description. What you gain access to is a real-time zero-day options trading alert system. The trades vary from 2 to 4 a day. Sometimes there's 8 a day. Sometimes there's 15 a day. On our big days, you can make multiple 1,000% profit return if you take all of the overall trades, right? You can absolutely fucking crush it and print nonstop. Just to give you some background, we trade far the money zero-day option contracts, over a decade of experience. And with that being said, very, very cheap, very low risk, biggest percentage gains within the overall market. And in terms of our position sizing, the most we put in is our max risk per trade, our multiple, right? So in terms of what that means, instead of getting stopped out, we let the contracts expire worthless and go to zero, right? So the most we risk is what we put in, right? So we're putting in smaller amounts, right? Since we're not getting stopped out. So how do we win bigger? We win bigger by holding our trades. We win bigger by selling deep in the money. We win bigger by the biggest percentage gains. And another way that we win bigger is by quickly adding to winners and then setting profit stops. A way to safely increase your position size is to add to winners. And we add to these winners and we set the profit stops so it protects the new risk that we've taken on, right? One small winning move in our favor, it increases the gains like fucking crazy since we're typically doubling the position size at times, right? And then on trades where it just keeps on going within our favor, we get the bulk of the gains. We move the profit stops up higher, and then once the market has a reject, a bigger overreaction, we don't stomach the full pullback. We get profit stopped out because we move the profit stop up higher, right? When we're up 15% on a trade, we set a profit stop. Therefore, going green to red is a personal choice. We increase winnings as we set the profit stop. Therefore, taking on extra risk is not really considered a risk because we get profit stopped out regardless in most situations, right? And in terms of dead plays, when a trade drops, 50% plus, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90% plus, when we're down on a play, we rarely add to losers. We hold the play. We rarely sell for a loss, right? If it doesn't go green, then we just let it expire worthless and go to zero vast majority of the time. We trade the trend. Vast majority of the time, the trades tend to go in the money. We're going very far out, but not far out enough to where it's not going to go in the money, and especially to where it's not going to hit our overall profit stop where we could set at 15% plus when we're green, right? So 70% of the time when we are down, 90% on a play, which is a dead play, it comes back to life and it goes green. Therefore, if you just hold the trade, you'll fucking win 70% of the time, even if you're down 90%. And when we are down that big on a play, there are times where we buy a second strike. As you saw on my first trade, I was down a little bit. I was down like 20, 30% on that overall trade. Instead of adding to the loser, I bought the second strike. And when we do that and we're right about the trend, the second strike is going to be a much better entry and it's going to print a lot bigger, and it's typically towards the exact lows, right? Which is another sign where you can size in a little bit heavier on that position, and then you could add to winners once you set the profit stops, right? So it's a very strategic zero-day options trade alert system that prints money at the speed of light. At the end of the day, you're going to see in terms of our company and Team Roar, there's not a single private organization out there that has a real-time zero-day options trade alert system that is created for not only for you to learn how to trade and grow and trade alongside with us, but for you to print at the speed of light in a safe way that's the lowest risk possible, right? And another way that we're able to win so much by taking on smaller position sizes is we make a lot of trades on the day, right? And you can make many trades on the day. If you have a cash account and you're only paying 50 cents, $50 a premium, and you have $1,000, you can make 20 trades in that cash account per day. And like I said, it varies. Some days we make 2 to 4 trades as a whole. Some days we make 8 to 15 trades as a whole. In terms of me, I'm very strategic and I'm very calculated, right? And in terms of the overall curriculum and the levels in the game plan, I will typically make 1 to 3 trades per day. In terms of G-Roar and I, we both use the 30-minute, 1-minute chart. I'm the one in terms of who taught him how to use the 30-minute chart in terms of the curriculum. And I also taught him the gap close reversal trading strategies and some of the trading strategies that I use. But in terms of G-Roar, he doesn't just trade based off of, strategic game plans and strategies in overall price action and stuff like that, right? In terms of me, I have a more systematic approach to trading that is backed by the education that I've created throughout my decade of experience. In terms of G-Roar, he uses that as well, but he trades in terms of the heart of cards. He makes a lot of his trades, in terms of like all of his trades as well, is solely based off of intuition. It's based off of intuition. It's based off of heart of cards, right? That's a big contribution in terms of his overall trades. Like, yeah, he uses levels, he uses the curriculum and stuff like that, but he makes many, many trades, and he trades a lot more than me. And in terms of one of the reasons he's behind that, right? He's made it very clear as well that in terms of his trades, he uses the heart of cards and he trades with intuition. In terms of my trades, I'm being very honest with you. At times, I try my best to be tapped into that intuition and heart of cards, but my trades are extremely calculated. They are very well prepared, and I consider them to be the best setups at the best prices in terms of calculating the trades and not solely trading based off of intuition and heart of cards, right? I'm not knocking that. If that works, it 100% works. And I'm telling you, one of the strongest foundations to have within this market is to be tapped into your intuition and have heart of cards. I'm just letting you know some differences. He'll make many trades, and that's the big contribution to it. Like, he literally says, like, all of his trades, he uses intuition, uses heart of cards. Some of my trades, I don't use the intuition in a sense. It might not just be there on the overall trade, and it's more of just a calculated and strategic moves. On my trades, I use both. I would love to have heart of cards and intuition with me at all times. But in terms of certain trades, it's just more of a calculation. But my intuition is very tapped in with the overall heart of cards. And vast majority of my trades are, it's there. But for me, I like to strengthen that. And the way I strengthen that by not just using that, like I said, levels, game plans, curriculum, 30-minute chart patterns, 30-minute candlesticks, the game plans and all that. But we both use it. I'm just saying, man, G-Roar is in like a different fucking level and realm with the amount of trades he's making and the gains. It's fucking unreal. Like, on my big days, it'll be like 4 trades to 5 trades. On his, I've seen him do 10 to 15 in a day with an 80 to 90% plus success rate, right? And the percentage gains always outweigh the losses, man. So this is the best fucking system you're ever gonna see. This is the best fucking dynamic duo you're ever gonna fucking see. I'm very calculated and strategic with my approach, stacked with the heart of cards and intuition. And then G-Roar, he just prints all fucking day, man. He could do it market open, middle of the day, and power hour. This guy can just do it all fucking day. In terms of me, for me to trade during the market open, it needs to be a day like today where it's just an overreaction. I thrive on market open plays when there's an overreaction. When we have a big overreaction and a key level hits with the confirmation, I'm looking to get in towards market open. But if we're not having that big gap up or big gap down, I'm very unlikely to trade the market open. But my favorite trades are the overreactions at market open and the trades during power hour. I'm telling you, every single day we trade during power hour, and instead of trading SPY, we're typically trading SPX after 3:30 p.m. when it's cheap. And one thing you should be aware of in terms of Robinhood Gold is allowing users to trade SPX past 3:30 p.m. on 0 dates, but they are not allowing users to trade SPY 0 date options. Like, they're not allowing them to do it past 3:30 p.m. And G-Roar is the one in terms of the system who said, in terms of past 3:30 p.m., that's when he trades SPX. That's when we trade SPX. And before then, it's SPY because that's when it's cheaper and low risk. But it's very interesting because Robinhood, you can't really trade SPY in that sense past 3:30 p.m. at this time, but they're allowing people to trade SPX with the 0 dates. And G-Roar has always said that's the time where he trade SPX, and you never really see him trade SPY after 3:30 p.m. So it's kind of interesting how that foundation is now Robinhood's gold foundation. Very interesting, man. Like I said, we're 100 steps ahead of the fucking curve, man. We're killing it non-fucking stop, man. But I'm telling you, on SPX, you can literally risk 50 to 100 cents to make 300 to 500 to 1,000 plus, man. It's the biggest percentage gains with the cheapest, lowest risk, and we know what we're doing, and we have the highest win rate in the game doing it. You see, in terms of my niche, it's mistaken, man. Far out of the money 0 date options, a lot of people view them as high risk, and a lot of people have a bad experience, a bad reputation because they don't have the experience and they're in the wrong group. In terms of us, you're going to see this is the best 0 date options trading group on the fucking planet. We trade SPX every single day past 3:30 p.m. and we print and it works, and the percentage gains always outweigh the percentage losses. And far out of the money 0 date options give you the most unlimited out of money options within the overall market. It allows you to do so much. Cheap, low risk, down on a play, hold the play, trade the trend, buy the second strike instead of adding to the loser, add to winners, setting the profit stops. This system is unfucking real. Most traders who have businesses just do buy and sell alerts. we have a strategic system, and the strategic is built on the strongest foundation of trading, which is mastering far out of the money zero-day option contracts. I'm telling you, in terms of the hardest style of trading to figure out, but it's the most lucrative and it's the best once you get good at it, because I'm telling you, it's possible. It is possible to become a multimillionaire trading far out of the money zero-day option contracts, and it has the strongest foundation for you to be successful, which is why a lot of people optimize for this overall style, because they realize it gives you the most options in the market. You don't need a lot of money to get started. You don't have to risk a lot of money, and it yields the biggest percentage gains, and it's the best for cash accounts as well. And in terms of growth and growing your account, this is the best chance you possibly have, right? You can master anything, but in terms of the best thing to master, it's far out of the money zero-day option contracts. If you are trading with real money, there is nothing better to master within this overall market than far out of the money zero-day option contracts. 98% of traders who trade far out of the money zero-day option contracts lose money because they haven't mastered it. But when you have over a decade of experience in the market, you start to realize whether you're rich or whether you're trading with just small accounts, whatever it is that you're doing, the best foundation to optimize for is far out of the money zero-day option contracts. If we have a 1,000% win on the day, green to red is a choice, because if we choose to keep on trading, the most we risk is 25 to 50% of our profit on one big win or two small wins. But if we have a 1,000% gain, that means, think about it, one green day, say you have 1,000, in terms of the situation, a 1,000% gain means you can have 9 100% losses in a row and still be profitable with a 10% win rate. Every single week, we are making 1,000% gains. Losing is a personal fucking choice. So many people have figured out how to benefit from our overall platform. There's companies who are out there, they're trying to take our fucking trades, and they're trying to make it seem like they're not bad. They're not fucking taking them by switching the strikes, right? But they're playing fucking games taking our trades because they know we got the best fucking trades in the fucking market, right? I'm telling you, we have the best fucking trades. That's why I say, name another group, name another trader who's fucking doing this, because we have the best. And it's all alerted 100% fucking real time, dude. You cannot find better fucking trades than this. You cannot find better fucking curriculum and levels than I fucking give you. I give you the best fucking levels. I tell you where to auto buy without a fucking confirmation, because it's already fucking confirmed the day before fucking advance. Do you know how many companies and businesses are trying to profit in terms of off what we're doing, trying to mimic that in a sense and trying to do it on live streams, right? I'm telling you, man, this is the real fucking deal. When people join here, they're like, oh shit, this is the real fucking deal. If our format works for you, and some people, it takes time for the format to work for them, especially if you're a beginner. It takes a lot of rewiring. But, there's a trader in here. It took him over a year to figure out how to be profitable with this. He stuck through for over a fucking year, and he was red. It took him a year. And then once you go green, I'm telling you, pull up a compound interest calculator, type in your account number, pull up a compound interest calculator, and mess around with the numbers. And in terms of the numbers you can mess around with, do 3 to 6.2%. 3 to 6.2%. Mess around with the numbers and watch how fucking fast your life can change with consistency of 100 days. And what I'm telling you is, when people figure out our format, they go on crazy win streaks and they know what they're doing. Risk Management 101. They follow the overall system and they make their own system out of our fucking system. Like I said, there's other companies making systems out of our fucking system, man. Shit prints non-fucking stop. But the point is, 3 months of consistency in trading, compounding your account with 3 to 6% returns, which is very possible, trading 0 to 8 far the money option contracts, right, is extremely possible, and that can change your life. I've seen people in here 1 year just losing fucking money, man, because trading's tough. It's not just easy. It's just trying to blindly follow these trades. You have to go all fucking in and apply yourself to this. You can't just blindly follow like a fucking sheep, and you could use the trades as confirmations to take your own trades. There's many ways to use our fucking overall system, man, but the point is, I've seen people, they've been red for a year, 3 fucking months, they changed their whole fucking life. You can lose tens of thousands of dollars on a year, start with a small account next fucking year, 3 months of consistency, that small account goes from 5K to fucking 50K to 100K plus. And then if you keep on being consistent at 3 to 6%, I'm telling you, pull out the fucking compound interest calculator, but also cash out at the end of every week to month, right? But the point is, man, you can change your life with this overall system and strategy. And it takes time to get used to and adjust to our overall format, because we're doing the complete opposite of what everybody else is doing. Most traders use an R multiple and they get stopped out. We use an R multiple, but there's no stop loss. So we're used to holding trades that we don't time properly, but we trade the trend, so it doesn't matter in that sense. And when we're down big on a play, I already explained to you all the advantages that we have, right? Trading far the money zero-day option contracts. It's the strongest foundation because you can be extremely successful with a low win rate. You can literally be successful with a 33% win rate. You know how easy it can be to make a 200% return? If you have 3 trades, 2 are losses, right? And then you have 1 200% return. You should be green on the day at a 33% win rate. This is the best foundation to optimize for. That's why I said everyone is choosing to optimize for far out of the money zero-day option contracts, even though it's hard if you haven't figured it out, because it's the best foundation. It is the cheapest, lowest risk with the highest rewards. This is not gambling. This is a style of trading. You can get good at any style of trading. Some people think this is gambling, but they don't understand. There is multimillionaires out there with decades of experience who are making thousands of percent returns on their fucking day, who can flip hundreds of dollars to thousands of dollars in a single fucking day, who can flip $10,000 into $30,000 to $50,000 in a single day and just rinse it, man. There's people in here who flip tens of thousands of dollars. We've all had our big days where we put in 10 to 20K and flip it to six figures in a single fucking day. This is the cheapest, lowest risk fucking strategy, man. There is no better foundation than 0-day option contracts. And people choose to optimize for this because they understand we don't offer just buy and sell alerts. We give the best game plans. We give the best levels. We create self-sufficient traders. We help them within the overall chat. We build the best secure private organizations backed by multimillionaires. And, we allow people to be self-sufficient, but like I said, you're just not going to be able to get to our level of trading. It can come with time, and you can work with us and fuse with us. Some of you might fuse with us and gain that connection and gain a fuck ton of experience. I'm telling you, when I fused with fucking G-Roar, the only trader that I've really ever fused with was G-Roar. And fusing with this fucking guy, best results in the fucking game, man. The shit he put me on to the overall system. And I put him on in terms of the education of the curriculum with the 30-minute chart, 1-minute chart, patterns to look for, the history of repeating itself, the philosophies, the methodology behind overall trading, the gap, close reversal trading strategies, breakdown, retest. But he put me on to the overall system. And in terms of the system, and one of the main things that I learned from him is adding to winners, trading SPX past 3:30 p.m. When we're down big on a play, hold it. Don't use stop losses. Buy a second strike. I learned the vast majority of that from a systematic approach from him. And once I learned a more systematic approach from him, I started creating more of my systems. And my system has mainly been focused on like the methodology and the curriculum and education and a technical view. But G-Roar really stepped in with the SPX past 3:30 p.m., no fucking stop losses, cheap, low risk, max risk per trade, R multiple. I'm telling you, we are creating money-making systems, educational systems. We are printing non-fucking stop. It's the best fucking duo within the fucking market, man. Like I said, man, you can join communities and you can find a trader that you fuse with and work with, and they can change your whole fucking life. So big shout out to G-Roar, man, because he absolutely put me on to that systematic approach of trading, and I helped him put him on to the overall strategies and the technical point of view to trading. You can trade with the heart of cards and intuition, and that at the end of the day is basically the best foundation to have if you could be tapped into the heart of cards and your intuition all the fucking time. But I believe to strengthen that is to have a systematic approach with a technical point of view, and also news and whatever else you could stack within your favor, right? But in terms of that foundation, for me, it's been the simple trading strategies that I teach you. And it's been the key levels, and it's been the confirmations with the 30-minute chart. I found with the break and retest strategy, the breakdown and retest strategy, the gap, close, reversal trading strategy, all the strategies that I teach you, the best timeframes are the 1-minute and 30-minute chart. So listen, man, if you want to surround yourself with a secure private organization who's backed by multimillionaires, who is massive, who's have hundreds of members with them consistently, staying with us every single month for years now, who has one of the largest trading options trading companies within the world. And like I said, in terms of 0-day options trading alert system, you tell me, you find a better system, man. There's people out there, they say buy, they sell, but what about a system? No fucking stop losses, add to winners, dead play, hold the dead play, don't fucking sell for a loss, buy the second strike. It's a fucking system, man. And far out of the money options allow you to create the most systematic approach with trading that's the cheapest and lowest risk. And this is a real style of trading. Most people think that this is gambling because they haven't figured out to be profitable with this. I'm telling you, it is possible to have an 80 to 90% success rate buying 0-day options. But if you figure out how to hold the trades and time the trades right and sell for the biggest percentage gains deep in the money when you're buying far out, you're going to start to realize that you don't need that high win rate. That's just icing on the cake. If you can win big percentage-wise, if you can add to winners and add to profit stops, the win rate does not fucking matter, man. I'm telling you, this one tweak that G-Roar put me onto is this adding to winners. When you are up on a play 5 to 20%, when it works, it goes up to 100 to multiple 100%, but it doesn't have to because we set the profit stop, right? But if you add to the winner quickly, it increases your position size like crazy, which is going to increase your gains like fucking crazy. So when we add to the winner, we set the profit stop, and our average cost is going to be below our overall profit stop in that situation because we quickly add to the overall winner, right? And I'm telling you, in that situation, one small winning move in your favor, it increases the winning like fucking crazy. And when we enter trades where there's just a big move up or a big move down, right? And we're moving the profit stop up higher, we're not getting profit stopped out, and we are milking all of that fucking profit, consistently adding to the fucking winners, man. You have to give credit and respect to where it's due. And from this systematic overall approach, it is truly life-changing in terms of the systematic approach that GROAR has overall created, man. And I'm telling you, if you use my levels, you use my game plans, and you apply the curriculum that I'm teaching with this systematic approach that GROAR helped put me on it. And now, I've always created my own systems, but I look at a different point of views in terms of systems now. After he helped me in that sense, and also, just growing and learning as an overall person and business owner and trader. But I'm telling you, man, when you are tapped in to yourself and your intuition, it's the best place to be within overall trading. And if you fuse with the right community and you find traders within that community who can genuinely help you level up, and there's a connection there, like you see it, you can level up like fucking crazy. Like I said, if you have a small account, 3 months of consistency compounded can change your fucking life. And we have the consistency. Red day's a red day, and we only have red days once, or 0.5 out of every 10 business days, right? Our win rate is the highest win rate in the game, and we're making the biggest percentage returns in the game, and we are doing it in the cheapest, lowest risk in the game. Like I said, you cannot name another trader, another secured private organization out there who has accomplished what we've accomplished, creating the most strategic system for people to profit off of, for people to learn from, for people to fuse and see a more strategic, systematic approach to trading, where it's not just buy and sell here. It's far more advanced than that, for people to be the most profitable with the cheapest, lowest risk in the market. Rich people choose to trade 0-day options because they are paying less, they are risking less to make the biggest percentage gains. If you get good at this style, you're going to realize it is the strongest foundation to have, right? And we adapt accordingly, right? Setting those profit steps at 15%. Well, if it's not going to be a big winning day where the contracts aren't moving like fucking crazy, we get profit stopped out for the smaller wins. Not going to affect us in that situation. Part of the adaption is not adapting to, in a sense, even though we adapt like water, but the profit stop allows you to adapt even if the market is not yielding bigger returns like it does, like it's doing right now, right? Every day can be different. And then the weeks change where 0-day options are not as good, but we adapt accordingly. Not that we need to, because we still have the highest win rate in the game, and all the gains add up when we're adding to winners and having these big days. I'm telling you, if you're adding to fucking winners on days where we're making 1,000% return on multiple trades combined, it's like, dude, you can change your fucking life. I've seen people come in here with a couple $100s. They flip it to thousands of dollars within one single fucking week. We started off Monday with 2 multiple 1,000% profit returns on SPX. And then today we went 8 for fucking 8. All the fucking levels I give you, kill it at the fucking game plan. I teach you the curriculum. I do this all day before advanced, right? I don't just give you the game plans and the levels to trade out for you to be self-sufficient. I give you that opportunity before you join. But in terms of joining, you're going to see like, wow, these guys actually have disciplined. The curriculum and levels worked, and they execute on it in real time. And they're not just doing buy and sell alerts. They're creating strategic systems that are the best systems to trade. Adding to winners, no stop loss, max risk per trade if the contracts go to 0 instead of max risk per trade, set a stop loss, size in big, sell for small wins. That makes no fucking sense. If you're selling for small wins, if you're not holding your trades, then that means you're sizing in too big and you have stop losses set, which makes no fucking sense. If you can't figure out trades that yield big percentage gains where you should be holding, then you shouldn't be trading. There's certain trades in this market where if you're not holding, what the fuck are you doing? Holding a trade for bigger gains allows you to risk less. And certain trades, certain brackets, certain confirmations, certain times, if you know what you're doing, it's very easy to tell if a trade's going to be potentially yielding big gains or not. And if it's supposed to yield big gains, and if it doesn't, we get profit stopped out. Listen, man, we're the best to ever do this. And you're going to see. You come in here, you're joining the light. This is the light, man. I'm putting you on to the best secured private organization. I'm putting you on to something that wins, to something that prints at the speed of fucking light. Like I said, we're doing the complete opposite of what everybody else is doing. It's going to take time to adjust, but there's people who figure out how to profit off of our format using their own self-sufficiency, using the alerts as confirmations to their overall trading, and following along with the system as well. And they get fucking results, and they print like fucking crazy. At the end of the day, what I can say is, man, this is the best real-time 0-day options trading alert system you are going to find. And in terms of finding 0-day options trading alert systems, it doesn't really exist. Most people just buy and sell alerts. No profit stops. They set stop losses. Makes no fucking sense, dude. We don't need a fucking stop loss. Max risk per trade is what we put into the trade. Now we do set profit stops to ensure that we don't go green or red. And we do add to winners to increase the wins. And the profit stop protects our new average cost and the new risk as we're doubling the position size. It's like, dude, this is the best fucking system, man. Do you understand? Like, I'm trying to put this into perspective in terms of what we do. What we literally do is trade the fucking trend. And when the trend works, so this is a good situation. We're buying fucking calls, right? We're buying fucking calls towards the exact lows. The trend is working. Adding to the winners, adding to the winners, adding to the winners, adding to the winners. So in terms of adding to the winners, we mainly do it when we're up a little bit. Setting the profit stops, boom, profit stopped out. Getting the best entry set us up for massive success with trading the trend, and adding to the winners increase the overall wins. And then setting the profit stop. But there's moves like this where it's just a straight fucking line up. And when we're up a little bit, we quickly add to the winner and then we get profit stopped out. It's fucking insane. And we have trades that just go straight the fuck up from 300 to 1,000%, especially during the power hour trading session. It's like, dude, if you're not optimizing in 2025 to master 0 to 8 for the money option contracts and to master 3:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. on SPX, you are leaving behind the gold rush. This is the best opportunity to optimize for and the strongest foundation that allows you to be successful in a way that's cheap, low risk, with a low win rate. Even though we have the highest win rate, that's just what comes with experience. If you have a low win rate and you're profitable, congratulations. You're on the right fucking track to building the strongest foundation in the fucking game. If you're focused on having a win rate first with something that doesn't allow you to be profitable with a low win rate, if you're focused on a high win rate first with a system that doesn't allow you to be profitable with a low win rate, you're weak. Your house is fucking built on fucking twigs, and the market is going to blow that the fuck away. Everyone does it backwards, man. I'm telling you. They think the high win rate is the answer. But if they use a strategy where they don't hold their trades for big wins, they're not trading far the money 0 to 8 option contracts, they're paying more and making smaller gains, and they're setting stop losses and they're selling quick because their stop loss is tight and their position size is big. It's the weakest foundation, and they're going to have to rely on a very high win rate just to scrape by. I'm telling you, once you level up and master the market, you're going to never go back to that way of trading. I used to do that when I had a very large account. I used to just scalp in and out. But G-Roar, man, and the intuition and the curriculum really helped put me on to hold my trades longer. As you adapt and become better at trading, you have to start optimizing for the right asset class, for the strongest foundation, and for holding those trades longer. If it doesn't work out, we get profit stopped out when we're green anyways, right? But I'm trying to put you on to the best system to optimize for, because like I said, man, people are in agreement as well that this is the best way to trade and that we've created the best system to trade this way. That's why, in terms of people who aren't profitable yet, choose to stay with us, because they understand that they're optimizing for something where within time they can figure this out and can become profitable in 3 months, can change your overall life. And they understand, it's not going to happen overnight. But for some people, change happens quick. For others, it takes time to figure out. Some people give up. That's completely fine. If trading's not for you, then it's not for you. But in terms of my blood and what I've created and what I've experienced, this is what's for me. This is what I was built and made to do. This is one of the strongest things that I was built and made to do. And this is what I focus on, man. And I'm trying to put you on and show you. At the end of the day, if you join our group, you're going to learn so much, and you're going to see us execute our trades in real time, and you're going to get a lot of experience, and you're going to see, man, it helps level you up like fucking crazy. Like I said, man, not everyone's going to have the greatest experience, and they're going to realize the format's not for them, or it's so fucking real. They're just going to realize, dude, trading's just not for me. I'll move on and do something else, and that's completely fine. But our format works for many traders. And I can assure you, in terms of the people that are just like laughing their fucking asses off in terms of like how easy this is, dude, it's always the rich people, man. The people who are trading, not even rich, the ones who just figured it out with like $25,000 plus or 50,000 to, a couple $100K, like 250K, the people with some money. And once they master this, they're like, dude, this is like an unlimited money printing machine. It's like they figured it out. And then they create businesses, right? Side businesses, side hustles, other business stuff like that, right? But the point is, once rich people figure this out, it's like they're laughing their fucking asses off on how fucking easy this actually fucking is, man. I'm telling you, it's like, man, especially the rich people who join our group, or the ones with $25,000 plus, is going to be a fucking breeze for them, especially if they know what the fuck they're doing and they listen and they apply it, right? Smaller accounts is always going to be harder, and people with no fucking experience is going to be higher. But I'm telling you, extremely smart individuals and people with money, they're just going to be like, wow, this is just so fucking simple and easy over time, man. I'm telling you, like, it's just unlimited free fucking money, man. Like I said, we have a very loyal base, and there's a fuck ton of rich traders in here, right? Not even like rich, just a decent account size who figured out how to trade options, and they trade with us because they realize, wow, this group's the fucking best, and they love the fucking community. It's like, man, we want more of those fucking people in here as well. Like, they just never fucking leave. Those type of people stay here for fucking ever, because they're like, dude, this is the best fucking place to do it. I'm going to stay fucking here. And they start to realize, they get to a point where they're like, dude, I don't even need this anymore. So they literally just stay, like for the sense of community or like for entertainment, but also just to still gain access to it because they want it. But people like that, they get to a point like, dude, I don't even need this anymore. But man, those have been some of our most loyal members, man. I'm telling you, you can print in here like fucking crazy. We have people making $500 to $1,000 a day. The richer people are making, $10,000 plus a week to $100,000 a fucking month. It's possible, man. And I'm trying to put you on to the best overall system and show you how this overall works. So listen, man, if you're serious about getting started, it's the first link down below in the description, man. The best time to plant that fucking tree is today. The best time to start is to fucking start. And if you optimize for the strongest foundation in trading, at the end of the day, you're going to know if it's for you. And at least you can say that you're learning and growing a lot. And you're optimizing for the best foundation of trading. And you should be aware that this is the hardest style of trading, right? One of the hardest parts about this style is the holding part. At least for me, in terms of one of the hardest parts I've realized is the holding part and what comes with that. Don't look at your P&L, and you have to tap in to your intuition in the heart of cards. That has helped me tremendously with holding. Detach yourself from the overall technical point of view, but use the profit stops, move the profit stop higher, and detach yourself from your P&L, right? And if you're adding to winners, just understand you set the profit stops, you're going to be protected with the extra risk, right? Because taking on extra risk make you a little bit nervous and stuff like that. But don't look at the fucking P&L, man. I'm telling you. Once you start to figure out how to hold the trades for long periods of time, and you're going to see how fucking easy it is to hold a loser, because the most you put in is your max risk per trade. It's so fucking easy to hold a loss. For a lot of people, it's very hard to hold a win, right? But in terms of holding a loss, very easy to hold a fucking loss. But at least when we're holding a fucking loss, we know the most we lose is what we risk, which is everything we put in. And when we're putting in more, that's when we're adding to a winner. And if it rejects, we're going to get profit stopped out anyways. So that extra risk really isn't going to affect us in a sense. So we feel comfortable holding with that extra added risk to the win. So listen, man, if you want to win, if you want to print at the speed of fucking light, it's the first link down below in the description. I can assure you, we are going to close out this week very, very strong within the overall green and absolutely fucking crush it. So if you want to start winning and you want to start printing, it's the first link down below within the overall description. Like, look at this, man. The easiest $100 I ever made from buying those fucking 565 calls. Easiest $100 I've ever made. Literally covers the cost of the monthly subscription, basically. And I'm telling you, in terms of like that trade, I was well aware that I bought calls at the exact low and it was just so fucking easy. But in terms of what comes with easy trading, preparing to trade the best setups at the best prices a day before, executing on the best confirmations, right? Being very strategic with your approach along with the heart of cards makes it very easy to hold. That's what I found, man. In terms of the heart of cards, holding is a big advantageous. A lot of my entries come from systematics, but I've noticed in terms of holding trades, that's when, if you want to hold your trades longer, it's like tapping into your intuition and your heart of cards, and the profit stop is back up with the adds to winners. That just fucking crushes it. And that's something where, I'm trying every day to get just more tapped into that, man. I'm telling you, if you figure out how to just tune out all the fucking noise and you detach yourself from your P&L and you really dive deep into your intuition and your heart of cards, you're going to see like, it's the best state of flow to be in. And it feels so surreal, and it just makes trading so easier, and it makes holding so easier, man. It's like, if you're tapped into that flow state, you're just going to hold the fucking trade, and you're going to feel very comfortable and confident holding the trade. But if you're not in that flow state and the heart of cards is there and intuition is not there, it's going to be a lot more difficult in my experience to hold that overall trade, solely relying on technicals, man. I've noticed in terms of holding a trade, the intuition is a lot better than the technicals. And that's something that I learned from G-Roar. That's another thing I learned from G-Roar, man. So I'm telling you, man, I'm putting you onto the game. But in terms of to figure out the fucking game, I could sit here and tell you what to do and everything like that. But figuring this shit out, you got to go through it, experience it, learn from the fucking mistakes at the end of the fucking day. I mean, I can help prevent you mistakes, but there's things that people have to go through and experience at the end of the day where they're going to need it to stick, or they need to experience it no matter what they hear is right or wrong to do. Like, there's just certain things that you just have to learn and experience. And one of those things that I do believe is that intuition, man. That's just something that traders have to figure out in that flow state. And I'm still trying to get to that level where it's there every single day. But like I said, man, if you just don't have it and it's not there every single day, you have to rely on everything else, which is that, foundation from a technical view, that strong foundation, the asset class, what to trade, 30-minute chart, daily chart patterns, all the curriculum, the best levels to be trading at, but have everything stacked into your favor, man. But I'm telling you, that intuition, I've noticed what's best, man. Like, I could find an easy fucking entry using my, curriculum and it works, but man, holding the trades, that's where that intuition can really help in terms of my situation. But look, man, we got the secured private organization, we got the community. This is the best zero-day options trade and alert company on the fucking planet. It's the first link down below in the description. You will not find anything else out there like this on the fucking planet. It does not exist, man. our win rate, our amount of wins, our amount of biggest percentage gains, we are the best and the greatest to ever do it. Nobody on the fucking planet is winning as much as we are, is winning as big as we are, is winning as consistent as we are. This is the best zero-day options trade alert system company on the fucking planet. And it's a strategic system designed to make everyone money and to learn and grow as a trader, not just buy and sell alerts. So I'm showing you in terms of our community, man, like I said, we got some big hitters in here, man. I mean, this guy has been crushing it every single fucking day. Shout out to him, man. I'm telling you, we have big hitters come in here, and when they come in, they fucking kill it, man. That's why I'm saying the people with the medium size to large accounts, oh my gosh, once they get in the fucking flow, it's like, dude, the fucking gains are fucking insane, man. Like DF, the results he gets are fucking insane, man. I'm telling you, man, it's just unlimited fucking winning, unlimited fucking printing. Nick, he's up over like 30,000 plus the past fucking month. It's like, dude, the fucking results, like, my God, man, the fucking results, man. So it's there, man. If you want the opportunity, it's for the taking. You found the hidden gem. You found the chosen. You found something that works and prints at the speed of fucking light. You found the strongest foundation with the most strategic way to fucking trade. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of hate. There's a lot of jealous. There's a lot of envious fucking people who see the way we trade. You know, that's what comes with the game, and that's what comes with the beast. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people say that this is gambling because they haven't figured it out. But I'm being very honest with you it's usually, the rich people, and a lot of broke people don't like that for whatever reason. But I'm telling you, in terms of the people with medium-sized to rich accounts, they figure this shit out and they print nonstop. And if you compare the trades and the results and the systems and the curriculum, everything that we're fucking doing, there's no comparison. Comparison would be literally the thief of fucking joy if you compared something else to what we're doing, because it doesn't fucking exist. And I'm telling you, the people with medium-sized accounts and the rich traders and the people with decades of experience, they figure this shit out, and we print non-fucking stop, man. So just understand, this is a real style of trading that you can master. You can get good at anything. If zero dates are known for 98% of traders losing, and if they're known for people having low win rates but still being profitable, if that's what it's known for, what I'm telling you is, if you're the best, it's possible to be the 2% wins. And it's possible to have an extremely high win rate, even though most people have a low win rate trading this. There's people who are profitable trading zero dates, and their win rate is literally 30% because every single week they're hitting 1,000% wins. But like I said, when you're the best, you have the highest win rate. And what I'm telling you is, if you want to see what the best looks like and experience it, this is for you. It's the first link down below within the description. This is a real style of trading, a real system. And at the end of the day, the people who come in here and experience it know it. That's why as well, we have 5-star reviews, because people know. They're like, okay, everybody's trading. Some people, they just educate. They don't even give their fucking trades. They're just fucking educators. Nothing wrong with that. Just understand what the fuck that is. That's education, right? Some people educate and trade. That's like the best step. That's the best fucking step if you can educate and fucking trade in terms of what I'm doing. But man, tapping into the art of cards and intuition, that's like the highest fucking realm, right? I tap into it, but man, to get to that level where it's like that 24/7, really tapped in, man. That's the fucking highest level to strive on, is to have the curriculum and the intuition 24/7, man. Like I said, with me, I figured out curriculum where I don't need intuition with my entry. So when I take the entry, I search and I try my best to have that intuition. Sometimes the intuition is there as I'm about to take my entry. Sometimes it's not, but it doesn't have to be there as I take the entry because the curriculum's there and it works. And then when I enter the trade, since I know what to do, I focus on not only the curriculum, but trying to tap into that intuition. In terms of G-Roar, he could be more reliant on his intuition because for him, the play could just be made off of intuition when he enters. But for me, the play is more made off of education. You see the difference in what I'm saying? If I'm making an entry based off education, then I'm finding and searching and trying my best to get that intuition after the fact from where I entered. But with G-Roar, it's like most of his trades, he literally just says, like, I enter based off the intuition. Now, obviously, his plans, strategies, stuff like that. But, man, there's levels too, and that's another insight I'm giving you. So, look, man, I'm giving you all the insights. At the end of the day, you got to go through this shit and figure it out. People have to, not only learn from other people's mistakes and like, fucking listen to people who know what the fuck they're doing. But at the end of the day, you have to go through it for it to stick and for you to experience it. You have to experience it no matter fucking what. Everyone's got to lose in order to see green and success within the run. If you think in terms of trading, you just come in here and turn a couple $1,000 to $100,000 and then that's a wrap and you trade small and you're set. Very rare that it works like that. You have to go through the setbacks. You have to go through the blown up accounts, but going through all of that is going to allow you to be the absolute best, right? But like I said, man, you could be losing money for fucking years. All of a sudden, 3 months, you make it all back and you change your fucking life. Once you figure out consistency in the strongest foundation, you start to realize you're set. There's people in here who are retired. They're set for life. They trade 30 minutes a fucking day. It's like fucking chump change to fucking them. They got other businesses going on. They're passionate about other things in their fucking life. Money isn't fucking everything to some people, but they use this as a tool to quickly make money because they see the consistency and it works. I mean, it could be looked at as a hobby for some fucking people. It's just like, dude, I'm telling you, when you get to the level, everything I'm saying is real. There's people in here, they actually fucking do it. We're actually fucking doing it like that, man. The results are fucking insane. We just had a member join. This was absolutely awesome, man. Crazy ups music, gave us a really positive message here, introducing himself, explaining that he was watching the overall videos, finding them overall amazing for about the past month. And this is someone who only trades SPX. Like I'm saying, man, if you are not optimizing for SPX from 3:30 to 4 p.m., you are leaving behind the strongest foundation, the highest risk to reward ratio, where you can make 1,000% gains in the quickest period of time, right? Extremely cheap and low risk. You can get good at anything. So I tell people to get good at something that is hard to achieve, but has the strongest foundation where once you figure out, it's worth it. And that's what Follow the Money 0-day options is. It gives you the most unlimited options. But this is what I'm saying. We attract a lot of different people. And in terms of his situation, he only trades SPX, which is the best strategy you can do in terms of this market with Follow the 0-day option contracts. Best strategy is to trade SPX from 3:30 to 4 p.m. But like I said, there's some people, they just want to print all fucking day with SPY, SPX, like G-Roar. He just wants to print all fucking day. But everyone has different lifestyles, different goals, and different things going on. And like I said, money isn't everything. You don't have to sit here and trade all fucking day. You can make one trade, walk away, and call it. Not a problem. At the end of the day, the end goal is to be green. And then once you figure out how to be green every single fucking day, which is possible with 0-day option contracts, to be green 9 to 9.5 out of every 10 business days, from there you figure out what you want to do with it. Do you want to improve better during different trading sessions? Do you want to become more of a full-time trader? Or do you just want to trade part-time? How do you view trading? It fluctuates, but trading gives you unlimited fucking options, man. You trade part-time, full-time once you figure this out. Everybody has different things going on with their overall lifestyles, different businesses, right? But this was very interesting, man. So he just trades SPX. He's been trading options since 2021. And it started to click for him, this year. In terms of when this really started to click for me for Follow the 0-day options, it took fucking years, man. It took multiple years to really fucking click, multiple fucking years to click. But once it fucking clicks and you stick with it, it's just unlimited fucking winning nonstop. It's fucking crazy, man. So in terms of consistency, man, week 2, 27,000, week 3, 26K. And he says he's just trading, literally SPX. Like I said, people are creating SPY and SPX systems. I mean, I'm literally showing you a fucking system. G-Roar system is, I explained to you in terms of the difference behind his system and his approach. And then I explained to you mine is less trades, more calculated. Who knows in the future? Maybe I'll make trades solely based off intuition. I'll have more trades, right? Not that that's my end goal, because at the end of the day, as a business owner and as a CEO of this company, and as someone who posts videos as now, I do realize that in terms of my part as of now, which can always change, I could always change my roles if I wanted to. But at the end of the day, one of my responsibilities is to not only grow this company, but to also serve as educational purposes, to create self-sufficient traders and to teach them curriculum and systematic educational approaches. That works, which is why, like I said, in the future, I'm likely going to be offering live streams and more of an educational program, right? Team Roar's focus is to give you the best trades and the best trading options alert system. My focus, if you've studied me, I have multiple different focuses and multiple different strengths and things that I'm focused on, right? Not just trading, but growing companies, the entrepreneurial side. But creating educational systems, and that's always been my focus, is serving a greater purpose in terms of education and not just trading, which is completely fine. But in terms of like being the big serve, man, if you can have the education and, the trading part factored in, where you're an amazing educator, and then a lot of your trades are based off the education and you're profitable, you can have both of those things, that flourishes every fucking one. But if you can have someone who comes along and teach you systematic approaches and teaches you the art of cards, and helps tap into that overall intuition, oh my gosh, that is like everything. Like I said, man, figuring out your intuition in trading is the strongest foundation, especially when it comes to holding your fucking plays. The reason why I say holding is because I can figure out the entry and I can figure out like where to sell from a technical view, but I can already figure out amazing entry and where to get in, what confirmations to use. But holding can be the hardest part for traders. And if you have intuition, you're going to realize on how easy it is to fucking hold, man. But like I said, man, this is what I love to see, man. Just new people joining, stories like these. Absolutely fucking crushed it, man. Looking forward to having you and working with you in the overall community, man. He said he already caught some nice power hour plays, man. Like I said, it's like people who have some money, and like some people, they're not even rich. They just trade with like 10,000, 5,000. Like they come in here and they make, so what we charge monthly, they make the monthly cost within their first fucking week. They make like fucking 1 to multiple years in a monthly cost. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, we should start a fucking firm, or we should do something fucking bigger. There's literally people in here who are making our monthly fee 100x fucking like within the first fucking month. Sometimes there's people in here within a fucking week, they can make what we charge a fucking year. It's like fucking crazy, man. 150 times fucking 12, it's like 1800, whatever the fuck that is, right? Like they make that within a fucking week here. And I'm sitting here saying like, damn, we're the fucking best. We're underselling ourselves. We should charge more. But we charge a fair price wherewith we believe is the best value, and it's a fair price. And small accounts can get started. It's like we're being very fucking fair. If we wanted to just, get more in terms of like people with larger accounts or make it harder for people with small accounts, we would charge a fuck ton more, and we can do that. But in terms of how we structured the company, we've situated it where it's a fair price at best value. It's not too low and it's not too high. But what I'm telling you is in terms of what it's worth to many people in here, there's people in here who will pay $500 to $1,000 plus a month just for this. And I'm sitting here thinking like, man, there's people in here making tens of thousands of dollars and we're only charging that little, that much. So obviously down the road, there is going to be education. There's going to be much greater things, not just with options, man, like meetups. It's going to be crazy in terms of what we're going to do down the road. It's going to be very disruptive, it's already the most disruptive options trading company on the fucking planet, because like I said, you're not going to be able to find anybody with a system like this who wins this much and this fucking big. But in terms of like lifestyle, education, it's going to yield to much bigger things down the road. It's just we're focused and shifted on other things right now. I mean, in terms of G-War and I, we've really just mainly been focused on trading, especially G-War. He's just always focused on trading. Me, I've always been focused on not just trading, but business side of things and educating. That's what I enjoy to do, is to not just, trade, is to educate, because it serves a greater purpose. And the way I trade is based off my education, and I'm always learning and growing. But I'm focused on tapping more to the intuition. It's just, we've always just been focused on the trading aspect. If you're subscribed to this channel, you're well aware that the number one focus has always been to trade, not to do all this other stuff that we can. Not that we can't do it. We can do it. It's just, we just focus on trade, man. It's just like, dude, we want the best secure private organization. We want the best trading alert system. And that's where we're at right now. But I'm telling you, in terms of the future, this can turn into any fucking thing, and it's going to be something fucking massive. But in terms of right now, we just focus on trading, man. And in terms of me as the CEO, I could do in terms of whatever it is that I want, and G-Work can just focus on the trading. But like I said, my trading serves a higher purpose as well, because it's based off of education and curriculum that can be learned and taught to other traders to make them self-sufficient. But even if I can give that to someone, at the end of the day, I just don't think they're going to be able to do it as well as I do it, because they lack the experience and the time it takes. And you have to go through a lot to get to this overall level, man. You have to go through a lot of hardship, a lot of loss, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of experience to get to this overall level, no matter what you learn from someone, right? You have to know how to think. You have to know how to see. You have to see for yourself, think for yourself, be very self-sufficient. You can take things from people, take the good, leave the bad, take the gems, and level the fuck up. So that's what I wanted to say. It's the first link down below in the description if you want to make Friday your best trading day. With that being said, I'm going to be signing off.